gosh, you're moving so slow. Well, she can move at speeds of 40 miles an hour. She's not gonna do that though.
What's up, YouTube, and welcome to Travel Adventures with Eric B. We're in line, obviously, at the Kilimanjaro Safari at the Animal Kingdom. We're getting ready to check out all kinds of fun wildlife. The wait to get through the line, I think, is about 20 minutes, so we're going to get through and we're going to have some fun, so let's enjoy.
Stephanie, I'm going to be your safari driver today as we head on into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Please do stay seated during our journey out there. Go ahead and hang on to any valuables that you might have brought along with you. And please keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs, all that good stuff inside the vehicle at all times. Photo safari, so you'll probably want to have the phones, have the cameras out and ready to go. Seeing a lot of movement, a lot of activity, and a lot of stripes up ahead of us here. We'll come up beside these lighter cane antelope on our left-hand side called greater kudu. They look almost like deer. They're actually the tallest species of antelope we'll find out here in the forest today. And if you look a little further up the hill, joining these kudu are a few cinnamon-colored antelope called bongos, also known as the ghosts of the forest, for their very elusive and secretive nature. But as we pull forward here, you might notice stripes are both have those really long prehensile tongues that are perfect for grabbing leaves from trees and bushes here to come out and say hello, because they are incredibly good at staying hidden when they want to. In fact, these guys are so good at hide and seek, they were unknown to the Western world. And large watering hole here, usually a really good place to find those animals. They'll stop by these throughout the day, grab themselves a quick drink, and cool off a bit. Sometimes even head down this direction to socialize. Shield shape on its bill. You might catch sight of that as we pass on by here. We definitely shouldn't have to strain our eyes too hard though. Not in the waters, but sunbathing out on the bank here to our right-hand side. That is a Nile hippopotamus. They like to spend most of their time in the river. They can even stay submerged up to 8 minutes without coming up from that air. But they will hop out onto the banks from time to time to graze, nap, and of course soak up that sun. And where there is one, there are usually more. Quite so pink at the moment. They get that name from the pink coloration. They'll end up getting a bloat. That is a rather fitting group name because when full grown, these guys tip the scales at up to 5,500 pounds. And they have to eat a lot of veggies to get up to that size too. They'll eat about 90 pounds of vegetation in a single day, so quite the salad they've got going on. They all seem really calm, really easygoing, but they are considered one of Africa's most dangerous animals. They're super territorial. But perhaps not the only dangerous animal out on the river, because to our left-hand side, these are Nile crocodiles. And these Nile crocodiles can range between 16 and 20 feet in length, so they're about the same length as a giraffe is tall. You'll see a couple of them with their mouths propped open. They're not actually waiting for food or for us to fall in. That's just a really great way for these guys to regulate their body temperature. Unlike us humans, when they get too hot, they cannot sweat. So instead, they've got to open up their mouths and push any excess heat out. Almost like a dog panting. They eat a diet of mostly fish. Not an animal, but a tree that looks almost like its roots are sticking up in the air. Called a baobab tree or an upside down tree. I'm sure we'll get the chance to see a few more of those scattered around this way. But in the meantime, we are going to get a fantastic view overlooking the savannah as we make our way down this hill. A lot of the animals that we'll find out here, they greatly influence the beauty of this environment we're seeing through their eating habits. So giraffes will prune down the trees when they eat, elephants knock over those same trees when out here looking for food, and many are tiny antelope there called springbok. They get that name from the way they'll spring up to 8 feet in the air and up to 13 feet forward, so if they really wanted to, they could spring clear over our heads. And they are so small, but also so quick. They're actually maybe after them. Also off in the distance to our right, seeing a lot of giraffe activity going on. Those guys are kind of hard to miss, being the tallest land animal in the world. They'll reach those heights of up to 20 feet. And we'll get a much better idea of that size once we get a little bit closer. We'll want to look pretty closely though. Predators that occupy dens are generally what's called crepuscular, which is just a really fancy way of saying most sandier area or a dirtier area. The tribe in Africa who first domesticated that species of cow about 2,000 years ago. Those horns probably look super heavy up on their heads, but not to worry. They're mostly hollow, they're actually fairly lightweight, and that's just because those horns act as a built-in cooling system. So throughout the day, blood can flow up into all the empty and hollow spaces in those horns to disperse the medication. Oh, hello, we have five. You'll see this draft looks kind of smaller, not necessarily at the moment, and that is not surprising in the least. These guys devote about 16 to 20 hours of their day to just eating or searching for food, so you will literally almost always catch them trying to grab a quick bite. And you might think that 20 hours a day they do spend eating wouldn't leave a whole lot of time for sleep, but probably not the case for them. They only sleep about 4 hours a day. They break that up into even smaller increments, and only about 30 minutes of that is a truly deep sleep. It takes nothing to keep them well rested. Might as well look to the top of these rocks here. You'll see a few mandrills, the largest species of monkey found in the world, almost like us humans when we blush. They share pretty similar habitat needs as these guys hanging out so close together like this. But I'm not seeing any other elephants tucked over this way. This is most likely a male. They're much more solitary, or they'll live off in smaller bachelor herds, whereas it lead us on over in the direction of the red clay pits. Elephants will often eat red clay as a nutrient supplement in their diet, almost like us humans taking our vitamins. So really good area to continue that elephant search, I'd say. But not due to poor hygiene on their part. Oh, we passed a few more of these baobab trees, get a little bit closer to the rest of that herd. Definitely looks like it is that larger, a smaller elephant up ahead there as well. This will be known as a matriarchal herd. It's usually led by the oldest female in the group who happens to know the most about keeping that herd safe. And that's just knowledge that she'll end up passing on over time. I've heard the saying, an elephant never forgets. That is fairly accurate, actually. Flamingos here. They are the tallest species of flamingo. Also the lightest. Just like that, he's gone again. Goodbye, sir. Well, we still got a great look at the inside here. Squat out. Let's go. Bye, guys. I'm concerned that something's happening here that I'm unaware of. Well, we'll let them move. Goodbye, everyone. I'm sure we'll see. We might not be out of Big Cat Country just yet, though. Rising up beside us here, these are Kopi rocks. Perfect place for predators to hang out during the daytime. So, not a big cat, big bird. Straight ahead here, ostrich. She is on the move. I did say she's got a light gray feather color. Males will have a much darker, almost a black plumage. Oh my gosh, you're moving so slow. Well, she can move at speeds of 40 miles an hour. She's not going to do that, though. That's fine. Take your time.
Let's go, sister.
There is no sense. Earlier, I don't know why they sped that fast to get to this grass. But they're also hanging out with a Bontebok up there. One of the few living relatives to the white-bearded wildebeest we saw earlier. Okay, ma'am. Goodbye. That was so slow. Well, there are a couple more female ostriches there to our right. Also a few rhinos. These are white rhinos. They're actually the larger of the rhino species found here in Africa. You'll catch her awake like this because lions, they do love their sleep. They'll spend about 16 to 20 hours of their day resting. And you know, there's 2, there's 3. They're all around. Don't go on the road. Don't.
Oh gosh.
Do not try me today. Alright, hello. Off to our left, getting a really good idea of that 5,000 pounds. Now, despite that extra weight, they can run up to 35 miles an hour when they charge. Kind of terrifying. They have poor eyesight. They can only see clearly about 10 to 15 feet in front of themselves. Can't really see where they're going when they run at those higher speeds. Tragic. And a small cluster of ostrich eggs there to our right-hand side. Not too surprising. These are all fun. We're going to pass on by one of our warden's posts. That does indicate that we are drawing a bit closer to the village. And as we do pass on by here, we'll see a few of the warden's friends out and about. A few Nigerian dwarf goats. A great help in our efforts of turning to domesticated animals to help more endangered species of wildlife. They're a great source of dairy as well as, well, like I said, we're drawn a bit closer to the village, unfortunately, my friends. That does mean that our journey together is drawing to its close. But I truly do hope you guys got to see some of your favorite animals out there, maybe even learn about a few new ones as well. If you'd like to check out even more animals, I'd highly recommend heading right next door to us here, the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. As the name suggests, you'll probably find at least a couple of gorillas over there, along with naked mole rats, meerkats, reptiles, and a number of bird species. But here in Rock, my friends, we don't like to say goodbye. It's far too sad and far too final, so instead I am going to leave you all with a Quaharini, which means go.
That's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I ask that you please hit the like, please hit the subscribe button. Help us to continue to grow as a travel community. Remember, live today, grow today, tomorrow's never guaranteed. Peace!